And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, Frontline League on Twitter, X, Frontline _prediction_ league over on Instagram, and Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You can get through there into our Discord. You can also find Top of the Card Podcast, Top of the Card Pod on Twitter. And then it's the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, all that fun stuff. That's a normal wrestling podcast. This is the FPL. This is the Prediction League where we have a couple of results to go over and a lot of future stuff coming up because the fall and winter is going to be busy. Seems like it's always busy. But I'm your co-host, Scott. Joining me as always is Bear Me. How are you, Bear Me?
I'm doing better, Scott. I'm still sore, but I'm less sore. How about yourself?
Also better. This is a Friday recording, and it's like 9:40 at night, where you normally record these at 8:30 on Thursdays. That didn't happen, and it's for the better. It wasn't a good day. So here we are. Here we are soldiering through, recording this one, and we're just going to dive into it, Bear Me, because we got payback results and all-in results, and then, all-out results, forgive me. And then we're looking forward to the upcoming shows at the end of the month with No Mercy, etc. So let's dive into Payback, Bear Me. Let's go. We got the Continental Tag Team Championship. The must-see good guys defending against the kings of the FPL once again, and once again it's a no contest. This time even though it was a double dog collar deathmatch. Again, Bear Me. Again. We've never had, in all our time with the tag titles, be it FPL or JRPL, a draw like this. And we just had 2 in a row on defenses. So the first time ever, and then it happened again the very next time. So this was like a bit of an impromptu defense also because we have the tournament finishing up and they're getting the next shot. So this was just kind of like to clear the air and get a definitive winner for the tournament winner. And we don't. So that tournament thing, that is its own thing. The champions did not get beat. The champions retained. That's how it works. And it fits heels. Even if they're like badass heels, it still means you still have to beat them. But you know that it just means this division, the top of the division is very strong when you have the challengers going neck and neck twice in a row like that. Like, that's not a bad thing. Even you must admit that as champions. You got to admit that means you got strong challengers that you're still able to turn back.
Yeah. It's okay to be number 2 in the division. It's okay. It's okay.
Next up, the Canadian Championship was also retained. This, though, did have Cam Bobblestone defeating 3J Platinum. Open rules. This was Cam wanting a match. Not open rules. Watson rules. Open challenge. He wanted to defend. he wanted to defend it. So we're like, all right. And here you go. And he retained.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So
we gave him what he wanted, and he retained it. Static also defended the European Grand Prix Championship against El Cid. This was a Pittsburgh street fight hardcore match. And he also retained. So no championships changed hands here at Payback.
I'm not too surprised.
No. The WWE ones are a bit tougher. They're smaller shows, so it's not as likely to happen. Sorry, I'm looking to see where Miley is. Miley's directly behind me, so I'm making sure where she is. We'll get into more details of the write-ups here in a minute. James Blake and Josh Dionio went to a no contest, 32-32, so another one of those happened here. And Chappers and Detrick Cyrus almost did 31-30. Bastion beat me. I'm not having a good time with the FBU opponents, 30-24. And then we have the Tournament of Killers. Let's focus in here. Alexander McKennedy going with the win over Cammy Cat. He's up to 2 points from that. She's at 0. And these are no DQ submission matches, by the way. Billy Grayson up to 4. Payne has 2. Red has 4. Jackson Myrtle has 2. So this is proving who's the top of the block here, basically. And Red and Billy essentially do it. Like they're kind of the top tier ones here, and we'll get onto that as we go. Luke Gray beat Halcyon. Smooth Rock beat Mark Harper. That's Mr. Money in the Bank, Mark Harper, by the way. Non-title match, the world champion Ash did beat Mr. Glee. James Costner beat JJ Rocky. Scherfdog beat CJ Hawk. Broken Nerd beat Orstella. A lot of big matches there. Captain Krulix Blackwell beat Jason Blades. Lexi Briggs beat Hunter Williams. Larry beat Ralentando. Yes, Ralentando once again. Matt Zion and Rab beat the Strays, which is crazy when you think of it with Matt and Rab on a WWE show. The Light of the Cult beat the Brits. Wookie beat Pushino. Starzy beat Memories. Nayara beat Hirosh and Moses. X beat Jut Jut, so the run is over for Jut Jut. And the Arbiter versus the Goose versus Buckend 5 went to a no contest because of the 25-25 for Arbiter and Goose. So unfinished business there as well. Achievements have Jackson Myrtle getting 10 appearances, X with 25. Larry won his 5th already. That's a quick 5 for him. X and Rab won their 10th. Billy Grayson and McKennedy won submission matches. Static won a hardcore match and successfully defended a title. And McKennedy, Arbiter, and JJ have gotten up to 2,000 points. Now, the write-up itself has specifics here when you go through and see what's going on. We did put a lot into this into it, and I will again give all the credit to Red and CT because I wrote like a match or two, and they wrote the rest. Like, I've not written a single match for any tournament outside of one tag match from the first round. They've written the rest of it. So I lied, actually. I wrote the finale. I say now. I realize it was the 4-way finale. I wrote that. I didn't even... That's how crazy it's been. I forgot I wrote the finale of the tag tournament with 4 teams. 8 people. Yeah. Oh, give them the credit, though, because they wrote most of it. They wrote most of everything in here. We have Red beat Jackson Myrtle, like I said. Billy Grayson beat Payne. McKennedy beat Cammy Cat. And there's craziness because, there's a goose and stuff is going on. You never know. Round 2 update. The blocks are there. It will be the winner of the blocks with Billy Grayson winning A block and Red winning B block. So New Hotness versus Red is the final. We kind of hoped for that, I'm not going to lie. And that is our finale, so we'll get to that as we go here. Scrolling through, Bastion beat me. He did also reference footage of UVC throwing Lee off the roof because, FBU's got to do that. So had to pull that footage up from 5 years ago. But he beat me. Curb stomp. It sucks. Chappers beat Detrick, like I said. Blake and JD went to a no contest. The European Grand Prix title went nuts. We had a hockey stick going on. We had a special guest referee, Ben Rothsberger. Because why not? Let's go crazy. Miley even thinks so. She's barking in the background. It's great. We got the Canadian title being defended as well in that last-minute match. And, of course, with a CKO, you're going to be able to do that kind of thing quickly. And then the double dog collar match with absolute insanity. I did write this. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy. And then you still went to a draw, and we had to rewrite the ending. So, yeah. But you guys go to the tournament. You go to the tournament winners to see who will win. Let's dive into that. All out. Hi, Miley. My dog is over here saying hi. Hello. How are you? Yes, you're a good girl. You go lie down. You were outside for a while. It's okay. Nope, she's nudging me. Hello. She might jump up, and it would be very cute. And I would not hate that. All Out was the next day, though. All Out did happen the very next day. And Chappers beat Ash. We have a new world champion. The reign of Ash is over. And bear me, the crazy thing about this wasn't even Chappers' title shot. This was Monkey Bong's. And Monkey Bong couldn't participate.
Right.
He legitimately had to pull out for a little bit because of hurricane stuff. But storyline-wise got attacked. So obviously now, we basically got a Mustafa Ali filling in. And Kofi Kingston, though, won the title. Oh, now what? We got that. So what happens now? Monkey Bong clearly wants his title shot. Who attacked him, though? What happened there? And then, Chappers and Ash. Ash is awesome. He's clearly going to still be in that upper echelon of things. But Chappers did what Modstep couldn't, and he became a solo champion. He won the world title. That's pretty great, I think.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Seeing one of the original Simple Creatures now being world champion.
It's pretty cool, man. I have to say, I really wouldn't. I don't remember if I picked. I don't think I picked Chappers to win, but I'm glad that he did. And out of all the creatures between him, Modstep, JJ Rocky, and LJ, yeah,
who I think all had their shot. I think all of them had a shot. I don't know if LJ did in the FPL, but JJ had a shot at the world title, and Modstep had a shot at the world title, and they didn't get it done. But Chappers did.
Yeah, Chappers did, yeah. I'm proud of it.
That's a fun storyline bit, too. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have number 1 contenders for the tag titles. CJ Hawk, Alexi Briggs, Hayden Smiles did win the final. They beat Matt and Reb. They beat James Blake and JJ Rocky of Symphony of Destruction. And they beat the Brits, Papa Snooch, and the Gaffer. This was insanity. This was a fun one to write because I also had Matt Zion literally getting more points than anybody else in the match. But Rab literally got 0 or less than, than anybody else in the match. So Rab took the pin, but Matt Zion was a house on fire. And it was fun to work around that, just like that. That's how the scores will often inform me for things like that. So that was a lot of fun. But Shades and Smiles won, and they're the team you took the belts from back in Mania. And they are coming with a rematch. And earned it. They went all the way through, even an extra team in this tournament. And now here they are coming after your gold. Formerly their gold. Like, they held it until you came along. Can they come take it back? How do you feel going into that? We'll get there. That's coming up. We'll announce that one actually shortly. But how do you feel knowing they've won?
Well, the last tournament winner beat us, so we're trying to not make that a thing. So we're going to try to turn them away here. But congrats to them. They deserve it, and we'll see them soon, wherever that is.
Let's continue on with the tournament of killers. Ladder matches. McKennedy won again. He beat Payne. Billy Grayson beat Cammy Cat. Red beat Carlito, and Jackson Myrtle beat Luke Gray. Notice the 4 points, 6, 6, and 4. That means Red and Billy Grayson both went undefeated in their blocks, and they are the winners as well. So they are going into their final, which will have somebody facing McKennedy down the line. So he's been familiar with half of that, but he didn't even encounter the other side. So we'll see where that goes as it comes. We got Bastion beating Halcyon. We got Broken Nerd beating Hiroshi Moses. And that's very interesting because Bastion just beat the Border Cross winner, and Broken Nerd beat the winner of the tournament as well, right? Because Hero won that tournament.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a thing. After those guys being such a great team, they just won Bing singles matches over the people who basically challenged at SummerSlam. Came up short, but still won tournaments to get there. So big moves there.
Those two guys are, they're rolling.
They're legitimately doing better than you and GMSG.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing great.
It's true.
So like that's not a slight.
Yeah.
They're doing crazy good. We do have a number one contender for the Canadian title. Tino beat Larry in the Watson Rules match, so Tino will challenge Cam Popplestone next. Sebastian Escobar beat Sheriff Dog. Mark Harper beat James Costner. In a non-title match, the GMSG beat European champion Static. And in a non-title match, Bear Me Jesus beat Canadian champion Cam Popplestone. So not only did FBU go undefeated this night, but you beat the people who challenged for the titles and not the same champions because European, and champions. So FBU, half of them are champions of their own accord. The two who are champions beat other champions because we don't have a Clash of Champions anymore, really to work with. And the others beat contenders. So definitely positioning top of the card, no pun intended, with FBU there. How do you feel about all that happening?
I feel good. It was a big night. It was a good night.
I can tell you flat out, it wasn't really booked to be like you face all the champions. I think when we realized the last one, we booked GMSG versus Static, and we went, wait, they're all facing champions. Like I think that's how it legitimately happened. It was like, oh wow, like we didn't even realize it. Then we're like, well, we got to do it. Once we realized we're not changing that, so that's got to happen. Then you guys freaking won everything. God damn. The Arbiter beat the Goose, so the unfinished business has been sorted. Jonathan C.T. Martin beat Josh Dionio. Jason Blades beat Captain Krulix Blackwell. Orstella beat Smoothrock, big win there. Woe beat Nayara. El Cid beat Dedrick Cyrus, another big win there. 3J Platinum beat Dr. Zeus Theodore Geisel. Danny Delight Jordison beat me and Hunter Williams. Go Danny. I'm all for that. I actually tied with Hunter Williams. I took the pin on that one. Memories beat Ralentando. Pushino beat Kurt Cult, and Wookie beat Mr. Glee. So, more achievements. Larry got his 10th appearance. He's already got 5 wins from last time. So, he got 5 wins before he even had double that matches. So, his win record is really good. He's like 6-4, I guess, unless there's a no contest in there. 3 Platinum got his 50th match. Good lord. Woe won his 5th. Billy Grayson won his 10th. Broken Nerd won his 50th. Jeez. Think of that. Some people are getting their 50th match. Broken Nerd just won his 50th.
Wild.
Danny Delight Jordison won a triple threat. Billy Grayson, Red, and Jackson Myrtle won ladder matches. CJ Hawk and Lexi won a tournament. Chappers won the world title and got match of the night, meaning that Ash also got it but already had it. Cammy and Mr. Glee got a total 1,000 points, and Wookie got 2,000. And then, again, the details here of the write-up, please go into our Discord and read these. They're all in here. with lots of details about matches, the write-ups, the specifics, the story stuff that we do pepper in here. We do put a lot into this, like the Sheriff Dog Escobar Aftermath, where there's the blind side from Smooth Rock and things like that. Like, come check that out. And you got the Canadian title going on here, and Backstage with Detrick, Nerd and Hero, Bastion and Halcyon. I said Hero again. Backstage with Rolantando. There's a lot in here. Please, please, please. Backstage with Detrick. Please check this stuff out. Backstage with FPU. There's a lot. It's not just the results. Like I said, there's a lot in here. And, of course, Aftermath, because CJ Hawk did get his United Center moment. So that's also there as well. And that wasn't included originally. That was on me and CT, because I gave him the 2 pieces, but not all in one, and he thought it was all in one. So sorry again to Hawk on that one, but it got fixed right away when Hawk noticed it. Sorry again. And then we got the world title match, and yeah, we have a new world champion. And of course, Ash and Detrick looking on to see what's going on. So that moves us to No Mercy. Let's get that graphic going here. Boom. No Mercy time. So No Mercy, as you can see, Billy Grayson and Red are on the highlight for that. They are the finalists. The World Championship, we're not waiting long. Chappers will be defending that title with an opponent to be named. The Tournament of Killers will be a Hell in a Cell final, and Red is very familiar with Hell in a Cell. Love his Hell in a Cell specifically, but Billy Grayson versus Red in Hell in a Cell. I think that is Grayson's first cage, let alone cell. Watson rules. Cam was defending against Tino, as mentioned. CT faces Hero. That's been coming a long while now. And then a whole bunch of question marks. So let's scroll back up here, Beer Me, and let's announce some matches, because I've got one match for this. How many do you have for No Mercy?
I've got 2.
Let's do one of yours first, and we'll alternate. So what have you got?
I got Smooth Rock taking on Sheriff Dog.
Well, there you go. We talked about some bad blood back and forth, so that'll be interesting there to see how that goes. My match to announce, Shades and Smiles, the impending #1 contenders for the Continental Tag titles, will face Black Cross Light, Atlas Kiyama, and Jason Blades in a hardcore match. Very violent. And we'll go through who we think will win later. This is the end of the month. It's only the 8th of September. We got to the 30th. We're fine. It's like 2 episodes away.
Sure.
But still, we can breathe a little bit here. We can breathe. What's your other match to announce, Beer Me?
Non-title match. It will be Alexander McKennedy taking on the Goose.
The Goose. The Goose. What if the Goose wins?
Kind of hope so.
In like his 3rd match.
Yeah, I'm kind of rooting for the Goose a little bit.
I kind of want that. I love when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
It's like, what? No, that's not possible. Like a Santino Morello moment, kind of thing, right? So that's No Mercy. That is Saturday, September 30th. It's Saturday, remember? Saturday show. We got another one of those. It's NXT, so probably only a 6:30 kickoff, or a 7:30 kickoff, meaning a 6:30 deadline. Just, if the show's at 8, 2 hours earlier, just, like, you're safe on that, except for the 2-hour pre-shows. So consider that. But those pick pages will be up later. But we also got Wrestle Dream. Yeah, we got a logo for this thing. Wrestle Dream is here. That is coming up on Sunday, October 1st. Presumably 8 o'clock show. It is going to be an AEW pay-per-view. It is like a New Japan Inoki tribute, apparently. But like nothing on here says that. It's just Wrestle Dream, so we'll see how that goes. Nothing is announced. So let's change that. I have one match to announce for that. What do you have, Beer Me?
I got one as well.
Well, mine includes you. Do you want to know what that is, or do you want to do yours first?
Yeah, let me know what mine is.
Okay. The must-see good guys, Beer Me Jesus and the GMSG, the FPL Continental Tag Team Champions, will be teaming with the FPL American Champion, Alexander McKennedy, against your #1 contenders, Shades and Smiles, and McKennedy's #1 contender, either Billy Grayson or Redhead 12. We'll know who it is at that point.
All right.
So champions versus challengers in a showcase match. Presumably main event. I'm not going to lie. That's probably the main event. But McKennedy, GMSG, and Beer Me, an odd team, versus Red or Grayson, Hawk, and Briggs. I want to pick my girl. If she's even in it. Of course she will be. But goddamn, McKennedy and the good guys? Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Though me and you teamed randomly against them and beat them against McKennedy, right? McKennedy and I think it was JD in a random team, and we won. So, you never know. Things have changed.
Yep.
Things change. But what have you got to announce? Or do you have any thoughts on that one? We'll come back to it, obviously October 1st, but...
I like it. It's different. So,
FPU doesn't normally team with others, but, when matches get made, and they have to happen. There you go. Excuse me. The champions is part of what happens, so yeah.
I
think you're defending at Fastlane, if I'm correct. So that's like a week later. So this is the in between. I think that's the timing of it. I think that's what that is. So, and I think McKennedy is also. I think that's the idea there. So, because that's the 7th. But
Okay.
We'll get there. What have you got to announce?
All right. I got the Kings of the FPL. Jonathan C.T. Martin and Sebastian Escobar.
Some would say the uncrowned Kings, which is extra funny when you consider they're the Kings. But
or they could be the Princes because they're not really even the Kings. They're on
they're
the division.
They're not the Kings yet. They're not the Kings yet. The Kings are the real Kings are not dead. They're still on their throne. That's good.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
But they'll be taking on Black Cross Light, Atlas Kiyama and Chase Blaze.
Ooh, like I said, they're going against Shades and Smiles in that hardcore match. So there's a lot of intermingling going on there with the tag division. I like that. I like that a lot. Do you think the Kings are going to win? Or will the Princes slide? Sorry. CD hasn't lost in a long-ass time. Of course you want to go.
I gotta go. I kind of gotta go with Kings, but
yeah.
Princes or whatever you want to call them. I gotta go with them. Even though I kind of want Black Cross Light to win, because I don't know. They've been doing some good stuff as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, that's
Who do you want to win?
I kind of lean toward the Kings. But that said, I want Black Cross Light only because that means they're in the same discussion as the champs and challengers and tournament winners, right? Like that's a stronger division if they also win. If more wins are being traded, that means everybody's that good. If it's just one team destroying everybody else, that's a strong division, but that's like an upper echelon champion. Like it reminds me like a John Jones or like Adesanya, where this blitz everybody. Doesn't matter how good you are, you're not that good. You're not Muhammad Ali. You're not Tyson. Like you're not until someone is.
Right.
The stronger division is bouncing around. Does it mean because I had this discussion with Bomber like years ago, but it means like they're hot shotting the title. No, it just means everybody's worthy. That's what I want. I want more to be worthy. Not saying that there aren't. Just no one's good enough to beat you guys yet. I want teams good enough to beat you to be there. And a team beating the guys who just went against you twice neck and neck, that would be good for them as well, I think. So, because it wouldn't hurt the Kings, is my feeling there. That's my thoughts.
Right.
Yeah. Let's go to Fastlane. Let's go to Fastlane. And yes, this is, I think, Indianapolis. The Continental Tag Titles, as mentioned, the good guys are defending against Shades and Smiles. The American Championship being defended by McKennedy against Red or Grayson. And then a bunch of question marks. So let's announce matches for that. I got one. It is Smooth Rock one-on-one with Atlas Kiyama. Kiyama is busy. We're announcing a lot of matches for Shades. Sorry, not Shades. For Black Cross Light. So Atlas has a one-on-one with Smooth Rock. Big match. I kind of lean toward Atlas just because I want to see that turnaround. I want to see this momentum from all this coming through. How about you?
I'm kind of rooting for that too. Plus, Smooth Rock's been on a little bit of a slide. So
a little bit.
A
Smooth Rock does slide easily.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's smooth moving down a little bit down the slide, you know.
What have you got? What have you got for Fastlane? I don't even know if you have any. Oh, then we're done.
We're not. You got the one for Fastlane. So.
Do you have anything for Bound for Glory after that? Because we got more graphics. We got Bound for Glory coming up. We got Full Gear. We got Survivor Series. There's lots coming up.
Nope.
Well, then let's go back over here.
Yep.
Next up is No Mercy. So yeah, there's No Mercy. We will talk more about that in the upcoming weeks. We actually have a couple weeks before a show. There's Victory Road tomorrow for Impact, or tonight for Impact. We're not covering that. We're good. It's fine. It's normal. We don't have a show this weekend. I almost don't know what to do with myself. And that's a good thing. It's like we can breathe a little bit. So it's good. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. The actual shows are looking good. Anything you want to say, Jeremy, before we go here and just wrap this one up nice and quick?
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and see you all next week.
Yes. We will be back next week with more matches for all these shows. Be a lot coming up, and we'll start previewing No Mercy directly from there. In the meantime, do go check out Top of the Card Podcast. A new episode will be coming shortly for that, because with no show, I can edit the latest episode really quick. And yeah, we talk about the CM Punk stuff. We talk about Bray Wyatt as well, and lots of stuff in there. And it's a good one. It's a longer one, so I hope to have that one out as soon as possible. So check that out as well when it comes. And yeah, we'll leave it there. And the survey. The survey has ended. There will be an article coming up on that one, I think, at some point next week, because we're doing our booking call next week, so we'll be discussing it then as well, I believe. So look for information on that as we go as well. But in the meantime, that's it. We'll leave it there, Bear Me. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.